But this guy Maya Tusi or whatever he's called, he's an Iranian guy, but he basically, I mean, he sucks off Israel a fair bit, but he basically sucks off any sort of right-wing talking
Turkey?
point,
You want to suck off a
turkey
right-wing
point.
turkey? That's the last thing you
Yeah.
want to do.
Well, do you know what I mean? Only at Christmas. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this week's episode of WTAF. My name's Gareth. His name is
Richard.
Richard. In the, in the interests of honesty, this is our second attempt at starting it because we've got yogurt pot and string internet for some reason, despite the fact
Well, we're
we're
about
right next to each other.
we're 20 yards away from each other, which is absolutely ridiculous. The internet. I can talk to you in Zimbabwe, but me and Gareth can't communicate. We're in the same room. It's like a bad breakup.
But to be fair, like I've had to go, I suppose, up to the satellite to come back. It just seems like a bit of a faff.
It seems ridiculous, or we could just sit next to each other and shout across. But it's not much fun. How's things been today?
Been all right, mate. Been pretty busy. Quite tired. My youngest, Ophelia, has decided she's cool with sleeping through the night, apart from when she gets growing pains in her hands and feet. But because she's decided she can sleep through the night and everything's fine, Laura has started getting nightmares. I don't know why, but she appeared in the bed at about 2:30.
Oh,
Not happy.
no.
And she's all limbs as well. Like, even though she's only 7, she's quite tall to be fair for her age, but she's all limbs, mate. So once she's asleep, arms, legs flailing. And then my alarm went off at 6 to come and sort of bark at a TV camera. So tired. How are you?
That's life. Same. Well, not the same. The first bit completely different. I'm tired, but yeah, didn't have. I used to. Do you know what? I got growing pains as a kid as well, which Jay kindly pointed out yesterday. Didn't really seem to get the benefit of the growing pains. I got the pain bit in my shins.
Yeah, just not the growing.
Yeah. Oh,
I,
shin pain. It's horrible.
well, it's Northern Ireland for you. But because of the room you're in and the background
Yeah.
and the lighting, you look like, and it's a bit grainy because the internet's crap. To me, it looks like this is a clip from one of those murder mystery things on Netflix, and this is the interview. This is when we first arrested him,
Mm.
because that's how you look. And I look like, I don't know, like CD, on one of those chat rooms, gonna whack my knob out at any minute.
That's it. That's what we were going for. I think that's it.
That's
Pervert,
it.
and I'm the arrested person after the perving. We're going for that kind of vibe today. Has he licked the
It's a
wall yet?
timeline.
That's what I want to know. That's what the
He's
audience
not
wants to know.
licked it. Yeah, he's not licked it. Yeah, I've not checked in the last 10 minutes, but up until 10 minutes ago, he'd not licked it. And now I'm starting to doubt whether he's going to lick it.
I
And
just
it's
don't. It's
annoying
been
me
a
a bit because I
week
really want him to
now.
lick it.
Tommy Robinson hasn't licked the wall. We've been hoping for this for a few days now. He's done everything else other than lick the wall. But usually,
Yeah.
to be fair, they leave it to the end, don't they? They go out on a high. So it might be, on the way to the
Yeah, this is true.
airport. We will
Yeah,
see.
the Wailing Walls ice cream, basically the pudding.
Harvey
Um,
Walls banger.
he's licked it before, so maybe he doesn't. Maybe he feels like he doesn't need to lick it this time. I don't know. I hope he does, because as far as propaganda tours go, it's been quite extraordinary, and I just think it needs that. I think it needs the lick at the end. I think it's. Yeah, I'm trying to imagine it. Like if he flew back home now and say I saw now on my he's landed in Luton. How would I feel? And I feel like I think I'd feel shortchanged.
I think I would as well. It's like he's gone on holiday. He's done everything, but he hasn't done like the big slide at Butlins. He just didn't do
Well,
the big
the
slide.
holiday is interesting that you say holiday because obviously everyone's been summoned to the Licky Wall
Yeah.
this week. So everyone who's
Which
anyone
is
is out there.
Hebrew,
I'm feeling
isn't
a bit
it?
left out, to be honest, mate.
Yeah, Licky Wall's
What
Hebrew.
Licky Wall?
Yeah.
Licky Wall. But I saw that obviously people have called out Tommy Robinson because he's obviously gone there on a propaganda tour. That's the whole point, which is why they've obviously paid for him to go out there to make little videos to say how bad Palestinians are, and why we should all support Israel. And he's got his Avi Yemeni guy, the guy that used to be a sniper in the IDF, so nice guy, who sort of cosplays as a journalist and freedom fighter. He's his handler, I think. I think he must be his handler because Tommy doesn't go anywhere without him. And so they've been making all these videos, and obviously people have got the really, like his supporters, because it's gone to such a point where he's 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 clearly being humiliated as well. Like you saw that footage of the guy slapping his hand away because he tried to go too soon with the pre-agreed prompt. So obviously this guy's given his spiel that he wants to say, and Tommy's meant to go, I mean, you've written a book, haven't you? Or there's a book here, isn't there? But it's all pre-agreed and pre-scripted, obviously. But he's not an actor, is he? So he's not used
Definitely
to it. So
not.
he's jumped the gun. Yeah, he's jumped the gun, and the guy slaps his hand away like he's a little child, and he says nothing, which I think is quite telling to a lot of his supporters, because it's like, yeah, there's a power dynamic here, because if that was a Muslim cleric who did that, he'd probably fly at him.
Yeah.
So the fact that and bear in mind, we've seen him fly at people during podcasts that have said something derogatory. He's a very aggressive person. That's sort of the persona he puts out there. He punched the guy in the railway station and all that kind of stuff. But when he's getting his hand slapped away in Israel, he's like, he wouldn't say boo to a goose. So people have been giving him a lot of stick, and I've literally just seen a minute ago that Liam Tufts, who's another podcast out there that's licking the wall at the minute, is trying to defend Tommy by saying it's mad that people think because he's out in Israel that he's suddenly, a bit of a traitor to his own country and he's putting another country before his own. You wouldn't say that if someone went off to Benidorm twice a year on holiday. Can't you see how ridiculous it is? It's like, well, if you went to Benidorm twice a year, paid for by the Spanish government, and made multiple videos every day talking about what the Spanish government wanted you to talk about, and vilifying, say, the Portuguese who are
Yep.
living next door or whatever, then yeah, that's not a holiday, Liam. He's not on holiday.
Liam's not very bright, obviously, but obviously Liam's been probably paid as well. He's come out of nowhere. No one's ever heard of him before. Looks like Phil Mitchell's nutsack. He's quite clearly another one. But yeah, I mean, it's not. He's been brought over there by them as a propaganda arm, and also he just sat there while some knobhead said everyone in the UK should go to hell. Something along those lines.
Yeah, there's a special place in hell for the United Kingdom. Yeah, and but that's the point, isn't it? It's for me. I'm enjoying it. I'd enjoy it more if there's a licky licky of the wall at the end.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, but I am enjoying it because they are so bad at propaganda that I actually quite like it, because they're showing themselves up so brilliantly that actually you don't even really need to call them out on anything, because they're sort of calling out themselves. And I'm kind of enjoying it. And like I say, if just I'm just desperate for that. If that happens, if we get that today before he flies home, it will be the perfect trip for me.
Yeah, I think we will. Is he coming home today? Is he? I'm just going. I don't know when he's coming home.
I don't know when he's coming home. Whenever they tell him he's allowed to leave, I suppose. Whenever he's made enough content.
Well, yeah, exactly. We'll see what happens at the lick wall down. Another lick in the wall there, and all this stuff. So we're hoping for that. So my first WhatsApp today is 600,000 US workers to be replaced with robots. Now, the reason why this was so funny to me was this is from Amazon. So Amazon have put out that 600,000 jobs will go because they'll be replaced by robots. Now, what people don't realise, who haven't done that sort of research, is that 600,000 is the amount of sharting that Adam Cadman, which is the soul of everything, in Kabbalah, shattered into. 600,000 sparks. And they have a thing called Tikkun Olam, which means repairing or to repair the world, which means to bring all those 600,000 sparks back together to create Adam Cadman again. Basically, it's the Great Reset. It's the The Iron Soft, they call it. So it's all Kabbalah codes now, which really made me laugh to see how blatantly obvious and stupid this stuff is. And then you had a lady there who's pretending that people were writing Free Palestine on her Amazon parcels. She's obviously very pro-Zion. And then she talks about Brooklyn as well. So they're going for it with all of their Kabbalistic nonsense, but it's weak at best, I would say. So I agree with you. It's quite fun to watch in a way.
Well, I think when you're trying to defend the indefensible,
Mm.
because actually it doesn't really matter about religion and any of that stuff, because I'm not a religious man. Like, so I actually don't have any skin in the game in terms of a tribal connection to one side or the other. Like, I'm not Jewish, I'm not Christian, I'm not Muslim, I'm not Buddhist. I have let myself go a bit, but I'm not Buddhist. Um, but I have no skin in the game. I just think that murdering children is wrong, and I think murdering children whilst pretending to be the victim and doing it with the assistance of our own government um, is a problem. And I think it's a very hard thing to defend. I mean, if I went and murdered, tens of thousands of children and then went in front of a court and a jury, it'd be quite hard for me to try and sort of get them on my side, wouldn't it? It'd be quite hard to justify it. Um, and so when you can't defend the indefensible, then you sort of have to go down different avenues. And one of those avenues, it seems, is to part. I'm hoping you've just frozen. Oh no, you're back again.
Back again.
Again, because you were still.
How
Well, you
cool.
looked. It was a mugshot. Then you were basically the guy from Lost Prophets for a minute. Then
Because I'm getting the other way. How can this be so bad? We're literally two doors around down from each other. This is bizarre.
is it?
Yes, it is. It is.
That's
It
three
is
doors down.
three doors down. I might open my door actually. Is I try and waft the internet through a little bit? There you go. Trying to
That's
waft.
another one, isn't it? He died in prison, didn't he? The guy from the Lost Prophets. What's his name?
Yeah.
H
What
from
did he?
Steps.
Didn't
Same
he?
name.
Alan. Was it Alan?
No, they've got the same name, haven't they?
Have they?
Because yeah, because when it came out that that guy was like a horrendous paedophile,
Yeah.
um, obviously everyone went right. Who's oh, what's his fucking name?
It's Watts,
Is
isn't
it
it?
Summit Watkins? Summit Watkins.
Watkins. Yes, it is.
So everyone found the Twitter handle at Ian Watkins and basically just went mad at him. You fucking dirty nonce bastard, all this sort of stuff. But that was H from Steps that they were sending that to
Oh,
because I
bless
think
his heart. He seems
well I
like a
think what
nice
it
guy,
was.
so.
Because in those days, like when it was Twitter, you had to I guess you had to be someone of significance in their mind at least to have a blue tick, didn't you? So they've just put in Ian Watkins, seen blue tick, and thought that's obviously the famous Ian Watkins, as if there isn't two of them. And they basically just went at him, and he had to come out and make a statement
I
to
like the
basically
fact that
say,
they've
"I'm not
seen
the paedophile."
definitely him because look at him in Tragedy, like the music video.
He
If any,
blocked me in the end, Ian Watkins, not the paedophile.
no, you
Um,
still mates with him.
Still mates with him, yeah. For the mega lols, I remember he used that term, didn't he, in one of his texts where he was talking about something to do with paedophilia. Like he's just a
Right.
weird bastard. Well, he's dead now anyway, so never mind.
Yeah.
But but no, H from Steps blocked me. But he
Why?
did it well, exactly. But he did it through one of those AI algorithm things where they just basically, I think, just trawl everyone's posts and then just block. And so he blocked like 25,000, 600,000. He blocked like 25,000 people and I was one of them. So I must have said "sank," but not to him because I've never spoke to him before. But yeah, weird, isn't it?
Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay, what we got next then? So what's happening now?
Um, I saw one literally 10 minutes ago, right, which I thought was a WhatsApp. So you've got that. Who's the MP? Female. She used to be in the Labour Party. She quit. She's now in a party with Jeremy Corbyn. They're in your party.
Oh, I don't know.
Can't
You're
remember her
much
name, but
better.
she's an MP anyway. And basically, all this stuff's come out about Andrew, obviously, which we already knew, and it's only the tip of the iceberg in terms of Epstein. So she's basically said today, don't just basically strip Andrew of his titles, like basically abolish the monarchy, period, right?
Take his pants off.
Which I agree with. Fuck the monarchy. Um, And so this, like, everyone's jumped on it, the right wing lot, because they love freedom, and so they love an agent of Agenda 2030. It's fucking weird, but this guy Maya Tusi or whatever he's called, he's an Iranian guy, but he basically, I mean, he sucks off Israel a fair bit, but he basically sucks off any sort of right wing talking
Turkey?
point.
You want to
Turkey,
suck off a
Turkey
right wing
point.
turkey? That's the last thing you
Yeah.
want to do.
Well, do you know what I mean? Only at Christmas. But so he quote tweeted her tweet where she just says to abolish the monarchy, where he says, like, basically, enough is enough, kick her out of parliament and arrest her for treason. Right? So I'm like, oh, this Tusi guy's a knob anyway. So I click on his profile just to remind myself of how much of a knob he is. Free speech, it says in his bio. It's weird, isn't it? So I then tweeted that, this dude's basically got free speech in his bio, and he's calling for someone to be arrested for treason because they said abolish the monarchy. And someone replied to that going, well, free speech comes with consequences. I'm like, well, it's not free speech then. That's sort of not how it works.
No,
And they were like, yeah, but if you're calling for the death of someone, it's like,
didn't say that. He said
didn't say
abolish.
that. Just abolish the monarchy doesn't mean off with their heads.
But he
Like,
doesn't obviously know what abolish means, that person. They let anyone on Twitter, unfortunately. The floodgates are open to Dipsville. They don't know what abolish means, probably.
but I agree with abolish the monarchy. They're all a bunch of wrong uns. And also, how does someone get to sit in a fucking palace, fed by the taxpayer, everything all paid for by the taxpayer, never worked a day in their lives? Like I say, mates with paedophiles and or a paedophile themselves, just because of their genealogy, just because of who shagged who at what point and whatever. Like, how you can be pro freedom and pro sovereignty and anti tyranny and be such a cuck for these inbred weirdos is beyond me, mate.
Because it's the whole Britain first, isn't it, thing. They don't really understand what they're talking about.
But
They have
it's not
no
Britain, what
idea.
is
But
it?
they probably still think they're Windsors. They probably haven't got a clue. They changed their name.
Well, they're all
Yeah,
German anyway,
of
and
course,
also
sir.
like even down to the national anthem. Where they have a go at people, don't sing the national anthem. He's not patriotic. He doesn't sing the national. It's not a national anthem.
Well, isn't it? It's
God
about
save the Queen.
or the
God save the
king.
King. There's
Yeah,
no. Are we going to talk about England or Britain or anything about our heritage? Or are we just going to say, please save this guy? The
yeah.
guy with the weird sausage fingers, save him. Let him reign over us, please. I mean, fuck
The
off.
one his mate was probably the biggest, most prolific paedophile in the world. Was his best mate for a good 25 years. Save him. Do the rest of us in. Like, just save pedo's mate, please.
Just sack Pat. It's bizarre to me though, and even if you are a royalist, whatever, she should be allowed to say
Abolish
abolish
the
the
monarchy.
monarchy if she wants.
Well,
Like,
that I said he mustn't know what abolish means. He probably means it. He probably thinks it means behead the monarchy or shoot him out of a cannon. That sort
I'd
of thing.
watch that. To be
I'd love to
fair, I
see
mean,
that.
I'm not advocating for harm, but if it was like a trick like a circus, and Prince Charles got shot out of a cannon through into the mouth of a lion,
Mm.
I'd watch it. Like, I'm not advocating for it or selling tickets, but I'd watch it
God, there'd be some symbolism to the Line of Judah there, wouldn't there? I could be all over that.
on me.
Yeah.
Yeah, Circus of Babel.
Um, Netanyahu put out a hilarious tweet asking for it. Said, "Ask me anything." Did you see that?
Netanyahu did that.
Yeah, I actually tagged you in it last night because I thought it was so
Oh,
funny.
mate, I
Look
didn't
at the
see it.
comments. The comments are well. Here's some. He said, "Ask me anything." Does a funny little video. Done a bit of genocide this morning. Woke up, had a cup of tea, a bit more genocide. Had a slice of toast, killed a few more people. Bit of genocide. Then I went to work. Oh no, that is my job and I enjoy it. So this is some of the questions are what very first one. VDX. Why are you gay?
Are you gay?
Second one, Hussein. Why are you such a genocidal cunt?
It's a very good question.
It's it's relative, like it relates to it, and
Yeah.
they go on. But those two are my favourites, and you can find them on the internet, on X. But there is quite a list of questions. What would you ask him if you had that moment to sit down with the genocidal freaky maniac and ask him one question, Gaz? What would be your question to genocidal Benjamin?
I'd ask him why he blocked me in 2015.
Is that what you're most worried about?
Yeah, not because I care, but because I can't remember what I said that got me blocked.
Or like a hangover? Were you drunk? Been drinking?
I don't think I had. I said something to him and then he blocked me. Um, but yeah, I can't remember what that is, and I'd quite like to know what I said.
Oh, well, he hasn't blocked me yet. He hasn't blocked me yet. But
Give it time.
give it time. Well, I didn't call him any names on there on that one, but many did. So yeah, they've asked. He put that out there as if that would be a good idea. Imagine being his PR device. Who's he got? Tommy. Tommy's had a word with him. Put this
Their
out, Ben.
PR department. This is the thing. It's having a shocker.
Yeah, it is.
Like, it's having a real shocker lately. But
Oh yeah.
then, but then, my spidey senses are saying, well, are they provoking this stuff on purpose? Because obviously, they're bringing in anti-Semitism laws all over America. Is it almost like goading? Are they trying to get people to say stuff so they can use it against them later?
Well, it's a good point. Yeah, of course, that would be probably likely the case. Because why would you put yourself out there? I'm trying to find it now. Did you see the also the someone posted basically a 15-minute Freemasonry ritual on X, and it's so funny. They're pretending they're dressed up as Solomon. They've got crowns on. They're all singing together. They're all pretending to behead each other. It's mad, but it looks quite good fun. It looks like a really crap A-level drama, basically.
Well, it is, isn't it?
Yeah. Yes, it is. Yes, it
To be
is.
fair.
So, here he is, Benjamin Netanyahu. Ask me anything, and he's looking all cocky. And let's see what we've got here. What's it like to have the entire world praying for your demise? That's a good one. Charlie Kirk has a question for you. Um, uh, um, does your red tie represent the blood of Palestinian people? Let's have a look at this. Are you real in this video? Was it AI generated? I don't know how you'd answer that, Jimmy Kirk or Jimmy Verk, even because how many children have you murdered today? Who are the Khazarians? It goes on. It's a good read.
Who are the
Yeah,
Khazarians?
yeah. She's gonna tell him, yeah,
Him.
yeah,
Him.
him, his. Can you come to Greece and be prime minister for a while? Um, let's have a look. Let's just do one more. Come on, there's some people with. Why aren't you in jail? So I thought it went well, Gareth.
Can you come to Greece and be our prime minister? Don't tempt him. Don't tempt him, mate.
Who don't you like that's in Greece? Because you obviously want them to wipe them off the face of the planet. So I think it went well. I think it was an experiment worth doing, and I think that he should do it more often. Ask Benji anything.
Well, he's mates with all the influencers now, isn't he? I say mates, they're on his payroll. So I guess he's down with the kids, down
Yeah.
with the influencer kids. Ask me anything.
Lick me anything. Lick me anywhere.
Lick
Does
me.
Israel have nuclear weapons? Oh, he's going to
Yes.
tell you that on X, isn't he? Um, why did you guys run a child sex trafficking blackmail operation in the United States?
To get the United States to basically serve them. Next question.
So it's good. It's a good read, guys. Go over to X, read it, because it's basically. I'm going to ask you all the things that you've actually done at the truth. It didn't work out that well for him, but yeah, good one.
Do you see just while we're on the subject of Israel, fear of making it in Israel, WTAF, that Maccabi Tel Aviv thing was mad. You see that story? So
Yep.
Maccabi Tel Aviv fans are notorious for being hooligans and kicking off wherever they go, including their own home games and stuff in Israel. And they're listed, I think, as number 2 in the most racist and likely to cause trouble football teams in Israel by the Israeli FA themselves. So I'm not sure who number 1 is, but they must be bloody horrendous. So obviously there was that whole thing in Amsterdam and also in Athens where they just beat the shit out of people. And then in Amsterdam, to be fair, a few of them got their asses handed to them. But and then they tried to flip it and make them the victim, and they said it was a pogrom. And remember, all that sort of stuff was everywhere. Because it's very much whatever they do, they suddenly become Shaggy. It wasn't me.
Oh yeah, and the victims of
Always the
everything.
victim, yeah. So basically, Aston Villa, they're supposed to be playing Aston Villa in Birmingham, and West Midlands Police basically decided that this isn't a very good idea to have Maccabi Tel Aviv fans allowed to come to the game because it's almost certainly going to kick off. Plus, Birmingham's got a very high Muslim population, so there'd almost certainly be protests against the Israeli team because of the genocide in Gaza, which they like to pretend isn't happening. And then so they basically said, no fans, which isn't abnormal. Like that happens all the time. And when it happened in Birmingham against Aston Villa, when it was Legia Warsaw, a Polish team, no one said a word. Frankfurt fans, I think, are banned from a game in Amsterdam. I think on the 6th of November, which is the same date that this game's supposed to go ahead. No one said a word. No one cares.
Yeah.
So everyone's come out and there's outrage, and the Prime Minister's going to have it overturned. And Kemi Beldenok, the leader of the opposition, says it's a stain on our country. And they've all come out, and because they're all wall lickers, and so they've made it about the ban. They're banning Jewish people from going to football. It's like,
It's not the same thing.
no, they're not. And like some woman said to me, so they're banned, like Jews aren't welcome in Birmingham. It's like, what, apart from all the Jews that live in Birmingham? Like,
Yeah,
what the fuck are you
thousands of
talking
them.
about?
Yeah.
It's just a stupid thing to say. So they've tried to reframe it like that, obviously. But this is where it gets good, right? So we're going to overturn it. That night, bear in mind, they've all come out on TV. Lisa Nandy, who talks like that for some reason, she's made a speech at the Houses of Parliament, being a dick. And then Maccabi Tel Aviv play the Tel Aviv derby against, is it Tapiol Tel Aviv? Probably pronouncing that wrong. Not very good at Hebrew. But they're playing against each other, and the game is abandoned by the Israeli police because of rioting. There's arrests. There's gas canisters chucked onto the pitch. There's footage of Maccabi Tel Aviv fans running through the streets chasing opposition supporters to obviously kick 10 barrels of shite out of them. Silence.
Yeah.
Silence from all the bobbleheads. But the one that I thought was funny was Sky News, because Sky News 2 hours before had run this piece on how it was outrageous that these fans were being banned. And then it went, obviously, a couple more news stories, a few more bits and bobs. And then it came back to the same woman. She went, oh, yep, we've actually got some breaking news from Tel Aviv. And obviously explaining the fact that, are the Tel Aviv police anti-Semitic then?
Yeah.
Now they've abandoned the game. It's like, honestly, I wanted that injected into my veins, because if I'd have written the script, I'd have written that, and that's exactly what happened.
It's mad, isn't it? And then they'll just excuse it. It's funny. Well, who was it that they bought? Was it Larry Ellison? Bought some. Did he buy TikTok recently? Is it
Yeah, TikTok,
and NBC or
CNN.
something? CNN.
What else hasn't he bought? It's honestly, it's ridiculous. But it really backfired on him, and I got to say, I found it very funny. In fact, there was one Tory MP who compared the banning. This was before, obviously, the riots. Compared the banning of Maccabi Tel Aviv fans, bear in mind, renowned football hooligans, from attending the game. She compared it to the Holocaust.
It's close. It's close.
Mate,
Yeah.
I mean, it's the same. Yeah, I can
How?
see how it's the same.
How in the way did she kind of swing that round? Did she not explain herself, or did she just put that out
Not particularly, mate. But as soon as I saw it, I was sat having a poo actually when I saw it, and I
there?
started laughing because I was like, I was waiting. I was waiting because they always go too far, don't they?
Yeah.
Someone always goes.
Always do. Yeah.
It's almost like they're trying to
They've got
go more
personality
viral.
disorders.
They're
That's a
trying to outdo
borderline.
each other.
Yeah,
Yeah,
borderline
exactly.
personality disorder. Always go over the
Totally.
top.
And I was thinking to myself, go on, someone's got to do it. Someone's gonna go past that Rubicon, and they are literally gonna. Oh, there she is.
There she is.
There she is.
Holocaust one. Someone's going to whop out a Holocaust thing in a minute. So she's compared people being able to go to a football game, although they're football hooligans, to the Holocaust. I don't even know how to connect that one. There's not even a connection in terms of not being allowed in somewhere. In the Holocaust, they weren't allowed out. They
Well,
weren't trying to get in the Holocaust and going, I really want to go to this prison camp. And they go, no, we don't want you in. You lot in here. You're not good enough for our torture. They were trying to get the poor old, those of the Jewish faith back then in World War II into the camp, not excluding them from the camp. So how does she work that one out?
Well, I had a message from a police officer friend who was literally like, "This is mental. Like, what on earth is going on? It's a good decision essentially, because
Yeah,
it will kick off, like, and the fact that we're going to try and overturn it is bizarre. And then obviously then you've got this hilarious thing where it kicks off in Tel Aviv. But what I found also quite interesting is obviously was all going on. Your likes of Julie Hartley Brewer and all the other ones that have been to lick the wall before are all peddling the myth that these people are banned because of their faith and nothing to do with the fact that they're hooligans. And then I think it was six leaders of the Jewish, you know, not that I like people saying that they're leaders of a particular faith, but basically these top rabbis in Birmingham um, did a statement, a joint statement outside Villa Park, where they
Sort
said,
of.
yeah, they said it's nothing to do with the fact that these people are Jewish. The Maccabi Tel Aviv fans are renowned hooligans, and we support the police's decision to ban them.
See,
And
I
like,
didn't know that. When I first
yeah,
kind of read it, I was like, "Oh, Koika, that ain't going to work out well." From coming from the insight of actually who benefits from them, it's those of these Zionistic, extremist Zionists, Sabbatean prats, these messianic prats. They can benefit from this because now we play the victim, so they're the ones that
oh yeah,
benefit from that. But
that's what they
I
do.
didn't know about the actual hooliganism because I'm not really into football in that sense. So I didn't know that they were actually hooligans anyway. I just thought it
Yeah,
was
they're
something that
renowned,
they've been able to
renowned.
use.
You know, and you have clubs like that, and they go through periods of it. Like I was reading a statement that was made by the Israeli FA, and it was saying how, like I said, they were number two in terms of number of incidents of, and it was like, you know, obviously regularly having fights and chucking gas canisters and that sort of mad stuff, but also like regularly abusing players with racist chants, and like black players, even ones on their own team, will get some ear roll grief. Arab players would always get abused, and they're not very nice supporters. And you know, English teams and English supporters were banned from Europe in the 80s, and no one cried racism about it. Not that they're a race, but you get my point.
Exactly, yeah.
Like no one.
Not even a
It's just,
race.
but this is
Yeah.
the thing.
Well,
Like
you were
all these,
having a number two, and they were number two at the same time. So there's symbology there,
yeah.
isn't there? 22.
But the bobbleheads were all like, this was the irony of it, because everything's inverted, isn't it? So you had all these bobbleheads and all these members of government, even Starmer as well, basically making the point that these Maccabi Tel Aviv fans are being persecuted, and because they're Jewish, which isn't,
Persecuted is the word they
yeah,
used.
but it isn't. I mean, it's not true. It wasn't the reason for it, but whatever.
Yeah.
But actually, the full inversion is you're only speaking up for them because they're Jewish.
Hmm.
Because you're not speaking up for the Frankfurt fans that are banned from Amsterdam. You weren't speaking up for the Polish fans that were banned from Aston Villa just a year ago. You don't care about that.
Well, that's what
No,
politics is about, isn't it? They
well,
don't care
exactly.
about it.
Yeah, you
It's
don't care,
how I
and to be fair,
look.
they don't care about Maccabi Tel Aviv fans
They couldn't
either.
give a
Like they don't
shit,
care
yeah.
about them. As if Julie Hartley Brewer cares about Tel Aviv fans. Can care less. It's what can I use
Yeah.
as some form of political
To make me look
stick to
good.
beat people with. Yeah,
Yeah.
and to make Muslims look like arseholes, basically. Which is, you know, I mean, I've got no skin in the game in terms of Islam either. Like, whatever. I dislike all religions equally, but the fact that there's this constant push at the minute, which is what Tommy Robinson's trip's all about, isn't it? It's all
Oh,
about
yeah.
how bad they are, how bad they are. It's
It's,
yeah,
oh, it's
embarrassing,
ridiculous.
really.
Yeah, it is embarrassing. It's like it does feel like they're on desperate ground now. This is fun. Snoop Dogg unveils new cartoon. What sort of cartoon has Snoop Dogg unveiled?
Well, it's got to be a dog, surely.
It's not. Well, there might be a few dogs in it, but um, LGBT cartoon. Snoop Dogg releases a new LGBT cartoon. Can you get your head around that?
Right. So this is basically him trying to appease the woke mob because he said some stuff against the LGBT community before, didn't he?
But probably,
I think
probably.
that's what that is then.
So like nothing but gin and juice, you know, nothing but a LGBT thing, and all of these guys, all of
Classic.
these classic tracks. So he's that's what you want though. You want a aging pot-headed rapper to stick up for you. So it's a cartoon though, so it's aimed at kids, which is fun, isn't it? Or retarded adults, and it's fun for him. So I haven't got a title yet. So if you guys could probably come up with a title for him, I'm not quite sure. But Snoop Dogg's new LGBT cartoon is on its way, so don't miss it. I don't know how it's going to be LGBTQ. I'm going to see them getting off with each other, and you've got to try and guess which one's the man and which one's the woman.
I
I
hope
don't
so.
know. Like, where's Wally? Or but with where's Willie? I don't know what's going on, but it looks fun to me, Gareth.
And that's all that matters. As
Yeah.
long as it's fun, as long as it's good, clean fun.
Oh, I wouldn't think it's been cleaned. I
It's
don't think anything's been cleaned round here for a long while because this is the Snoop to the double G to the LGBTQ, isn't it?
DOGG. That's what it was, wasn't it?
Yeah, because you could spell it
I
and
had
stuff.
I had mates that were well into Snoop Dogg. I remember meeting, because I lived on the mainland at this point in Wiltshire, and I remember walking to school and meeting a mate on the way to school, and he was distraught, and I was like, "What the fuck's happened?" And Tupac had just died. He was
Oh, right.
literally like he was in fucking bits, mate. Like literally in bits, and it was like, wow, imagine being that invested in an American rapper when you're 14.
Well, he's 14, and yeah, well, Tupac was really quite camp as well when he wasn't playing the "I'm going to be a gangster" actor. They're all acting.
Of course they are, mate. It's all everything is an act. Even these. Well, I mean, Tommy's part of an act and Starmer's part of an act. They
Hmm,
they're all playing their little roles.
of
And this
course
is
they
what's
are.
so frustrating. When people were going doolally over Trump basically belittling Starmer, didn't he? When at that press conference in Egypt, and everyone was cheering. It's like, look, I've got no skin in the game for Starmer, but he's just playing the weak little feeble
Yeah, of course he
dipshit.
is. Yeah, yeah,
That's his character, and that's
yeah.
what he's very good at it. To be
Hmm.
fair, he's very convincing. And then Trump's just playing the boisterous, obnoxious, you know,
But the point of that,
complete
though,
dickhead.
Gaz, is that you're supposed to think that America is the ones in, they're the ones in charge, they're the ones in control, when really it comes back to the crown. They don't want to give away that America just bends its knee and shows its bumhole to the crown every time. They're controlled by the crown, which isn't the government. Obviously, it's the government control the, sorry, the crown controls the government. It's not British crown; it's the bloodline crown. So they don't want America to look weaker than the UK. It's supposed to be the other way around, but it's not. It's not at all. It's not even to do with countries. It goes well above. It's a
Oh,
corporation.
absolutely.
It's a corporation above all these. So that'll be part of that. Of okay, make England look a bit weaker than the Americans because you don't want them figuring out where the real power is, and it's through the City of London and Vatican and Washington DC is way down there. But you know,
But the mask
it's all
slips, though.
game.
This is part of it, with that Tommy video. Bearing in mind he's this big, big, tough English bulldog breed patriot, and then you've got these poor victims in Israel that we should side with, no matter what they do, basically. And then, like I say, he peaks too soon with the prompting, and the guy slaps his hand away, and instantly that whole veneer of big tough guy versus the weak oppressed, just want to live peacefully thing
Mm.
goes out the window.
Well, I know that is obviously a persona I know from people that know things that know things that that's not who he is. He's scared as anything, shitting himself. Why do you think they're on drugs all the time? These people are terrified all the time. They've got themselves in over their heads. It's ridiculous. And why is he over there? He'd be absolutely terrified. He's
Well,
been
they've all
called
been
over there.
summoned,
Of course
and
they've been summoned, yeah.
Jay was making a point earlier, wasn't he, when he was talking about the fact that they must have all these, because there's so many of them, been summoned. They
Yeah.
must have had a conversation about Charlie Kirk and Israel and the potential, even if it was just a little. Do you reckon?
Mm.
You know, it still would be there, even if they 99.999% think it's bollocks. There is that little 0.1% of them that's probably thinking, I should probably be a bit careful, actually. And I imagine when he got his hand slapped, that sort of probably amplified in his mind
Well,
a
did you
bit.
see what the Knesset committee put out a whole statement against him, saying him coming over was a terrible mistake and a PR mistake and all this stuff? So they're actually officially putting out statements. There's obviously an infighting at the committee
Well, it was a
between
PR
different
mistake.
groups.
It's
So
backfired
yeah,
horrendously on him and them.
yeah, it has.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be there. Fortunately, we're not. Lion escapes.
Well, I mean,
Oh,
that.
it's your one next. Anyway, sorry, I jumped in with my lion
No,
getting
go
out.
in with the line escaping, mate. You can't just tease people with that.
Sorry about that.
Continue with it.
A driver on a South African road captured a video of a moment when a lion escapes from a transport truck roof hatch and made a flying leap to temporary freedom. This is a big lion. It literally gets out the top of the transport truck, stands on it. Imagine driving that car around and the fucking lion's got out. It's on top, and then he had to stop, and the lion jumped off. And you'd think, this is not worth minimum wage. Is
I'd
it?
like to see that. I need to find that video because I
Sent to
bet
you.
that's epic. I mean, I've been to like Longley. And you drive in the car. My car's still got dents on the side from the fucking deer thing that just jumped up and booted the side of the car. But being near the lions, there is a part of you that's squeaky bum. I have to
Well, have
say.
you seen what's that thing with the lying guy that went to prison eventually? He's in prison now. Um, what is it? It's a famous Netflix documentary on one of the scenes early in the documentary. One of the women gets her arm ripped off. It's fucking horrific.
Isn't
What's it
he?
called?
Is it something? Is it Tiger something? Isn't it?
Tiger, yeah, Tiger King. That's it. Yeah, yeah, they're mentals. The truck pulls over to the side of the road
Oh.
and out leaps a lion from the top of the truck and next to the pavement and walks onto the road. So your lion's just standing there, Gaz. You know, you've got to get this lion to, you know, wherever it's got to go to, Buckingham Palace. Antonell, a veterinarian with the animal hospital, the, said the lion was in transit to a game farm, and I can't pronounce that, when it escaped. Nell said the lion was still under the influence of a tranquilizer. Pissed up lion had been given prior to transport, so they, yeah, obviously to get him on there. When he and others responded, located it in the grass under a tree. What'd you do? What'd you do?
Well,
You fuckers drugged me.
yeah, it's not going to be happy, is it?
Right.
I imagine the first thing you do is you shit yourself, and
Yep.
then once you've sort of composed, I mean, what do you do? If you leg it, is it going to go after you? How drugged is it still?
Also, you got to think of your job. Got family to support.
I don't think I'd be bothered at that point.
No, I think I'd have given up on that. I'd go down the job centre on Monday. The lion was darted, nice, and safely loaded for transport to the game farm, so they drugged him again. Nell said he examined the big cat and found it had ripped a nail. What about that? And minor scrapes, but no serious injuries. I was more worried about the fact that he was sitting under a tree waiting for you to come along so he could eat you. But yeah, imagine that day at work.
I think I'd be quitting the job the minute I saw the lion sort of leap out of it. I'd be like, this is probably not for me. This.
No, this is not for me. No, I'm going to go work down the bowling alley. I've seen they've got some part-time jobs down the bowling alley. I'm going to go down there.
What about Russian bowling alley?
Quick bowls.
Well, there's a couple of stories that, well, I may as well just do them together because they're both Russian. You've seen they're trying to push the idea that this mass unfiltered immigration thing that's going on is Russia are behind it.
How do I work that one out? Go on.
Well, exactly. We're supposed to be criminal gangs apparently in Russia are behind the mass influx of migrants into the United Kingdom. Nothing to do, of course, with the
From
incentivization of it, hotels and everything else. But
from where? So where are they migrating from?
Middle East, North Africa,
So not Russia then.
but via Russia. But what I find hilarious with it though is a lot of the people, and I was saying this on Trending this morning actually, a lot of the people behind the smears against it being the Russians are the same people that are saying that diversity is our strength. So what you're basically saying is that the Russians are doing us a favor.
No, because those two things don't match up in the same world. In this reality, I think diversity is strength. In this reality over here, I think the Russians behind illegal immigration, which is a problem. These are two different realities, Gaz. You got these people split their mind into different compartments. That's how they lie to themselves because they're not connected. They're just different worlds. Now,
Maybe all the doctors that arrive on the dinghies, they've come through Ukrainian criminal gangs,
uh,
and all the sort of like sex offenders and knife wielders they've come through the Russian gangs.
right,
So one side is great because it saves the NHS. The
doctors,
other
yeah,
side, yeah, that's not so great. But that's
yeah.
Russia. That's the Russians. That is.
Well, and the Chinese as well. They like sending their
Oh,
sex
and the
sex
Iranians.
offenders. They like sending their Muslim sex offenders over here, don't they? These bloody Chinese.
Well, they've done the same with the one in, one out thing. I mean, that thing's trolling to me. You've got like 50, 60,000, however many it is this year, people come over. And so they said, well, we'll send one back for every one that comes in. What?
That sounds like we might end up with the same amount.
Well, it's just nonsense. But what's so funny about it is that they've they sent one back, didn't they? This Iranian bloke. They sent him back to France. He was back on a boat and on UK soil within a month.
Yeah, yeah, I know that. Yeah, he literally
Trolling.
he went on a cruise.
They're trolling. Because you wind up people more by doing that than you would by just doing nothing.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? If that Iranian guy was still sat in a hotel in bloody Essex or whatever, people wouldn't say as much as they would for him being in a hotel, then out on a boat, then back on a dinghy a month later. So it's almost like you're trying to wind people up.
yeah, of course they are. They're
Oh,
trying to chaos. Yeah, but this is my last one. Petition for women only tube carriages amid growing issues is 10,000 signatures. Women only, female only on London Underground tube carriages. How are you going to police that? And like you know, what about if I identify as a woman that day?
Well, I'm just going to buy a burqa next time I go around London and hopefully get a quiet carriage.
You'll have to go in that bit where everyone looks like one of those them ghosts from Pac-Man. That carriage. That's where you'll have to go in.
Oh, not again.
Oh, well, now we've got
But this is
complaints.
this is the thing though, because it's all well and good saying that. Fine, you have your own carriage, not bothered. But then I can just go, oh yeah, by the way, ignore the stubble. I'm a woman.
Yeah,
So what's the point in it?
I don't know. A 21-year-old university student, so she's obviously well adjusted and well read and obviously well travelled and experienced in life, has launched a campaign calling for women-only carriages to be introduced to the London Underground to protect against sexual harassment. Who's doing the sexual harassment though? Is it the women? Are they can't control themselves, so they have to be taken away from men? You haven't made that clear. So they might just have to be put into a carriage where they'll only harass each other. Make it clear.
Well, yeah, that's it. So I know now that if I want to harass a woman, I know exactly what carriage to go to.
All I've got to do is identify as a woman, pop on a frock, and then I can get on there, and there'll be a whole like carriage full of opportunities open up before me, like a Toys R Us.
Tubes are weird though, aren't they? Like I go on tubes occasionally. I went on one last week, and I just sort of find myself just. I mean, I'm a bit of a people watcher anyway, which
Pervert, yeah,
translates as just nosy bastard, doesn't it? Really, but I do just kind of watch society, and I find it funny on tubes because you've got literally every demographic on there. Like you've got really rich businessmen, and you've got tourists from wherever in the world, and you've got mad ass bloody emo kid types, and it's literally everyone there. And I
yeah.
just sort of like just stand there and just
It's like being stuck inside a tube of Smarties.
well, it basically is, yeah.
Yeah,
But I just find it funny because you can just see like those that are just full of joy, and I think you don't live here, do you?
yeah,
You don't
yeah.
live in London,
You've
and
come
they
for a
don't.
day trip. You've come to see Buckingham Palace, haven't you?
Yeah, you've come to get mugged. You just don't know it yet.
As soon as you turn around, I'm on you. 21-year-old ULC student Camille Brown set up a petition calling for Sadiq Khan and Transport for London to protect women by introducing at least one women-only carriage, just one woman on there, waste of space, on all tube lines. At the time of writing, the petition has almost 9,000 signatures. After 10,000 signatures, petitions get a response from the government. Yeah, they that's
Yeah.
anti-Semitic. That's what I'll get.
It's normally two fingers, yeah. Yeah.
Imagine that. What a load of nonsense. How would you ever police that? Obviously.
Well, that's the point, isn't it? Yeah. But whatever, have your own carriage. I ain't bothered. Don't bother
No,
me.
it don't bother me. It's just it's ridiculous. Like, so that's just saying all men that go on the London Underground are probably sexual harass as as
Yeah. Have you seen Farage as well? It's another Russia one. I guess this is my last one, but he was probed about
Jesus.
Russia, and he said, yeah, if Russia encroaches on NATO territory or whatever, that we should shoot them down. And you're like,
You keep putting your NATO territory in Russia.
well, yeah, keep moving it closer, but it's like there's no difference between any of them, is there?
No,
Like there isn't, and obviously we know that, but so many people have fallen for that. Oh no, 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 it's different. No, it's not.
it's not. It's a pincer movement. They're squeezing your head between the two prongs of the tweezers, both sides. The
Yeah.
pressure's coming from the same point at the top. It's a pincer movement. That's why the bloody, probably why the square and compass looks like a massive pincer
But that's
of the
the thing, isn't
Freemasons.
it? It's the same in America. Like they've just been hoodwinked. Although less people are hoodwinked now. I think we're trying to be positive and encourage that less people are falling for it.
Well, they haven't got far to go. Like they've literally played all their cards now. So now they've got to bring Jesus out and the aliens, which we'll look forward to next. I
I
wonder
hope
if they,
it's at the same time,
I hope they get the aliens to lick the wall because that would be what a planet to live on. Come
mate.
on, little grey aliens licking the wall. That's where I want to be. Let's fast forward to that bit, please.
Give it
Right.
time, mate.
Yeah,
Give
fast
it
forward to
time.
that bit. Where can people get their CBD from?
You can head over to supremecbd.uk and use the code WTAF. You get 40% off of everything. What else can they get, Rich?
You can go to Ickonic.com, and for $1.99 for your first month, you can see all the content we make there, and all the series, and all the documentaries, and the weekly content there. And it's just $7.99 a month after that, cheaper than a Urca, I think. I've never bought one.
Cheap on
Yeah,
Amazon, I guess.
probably. Just use your curtains. I'll see you later.
Take care. See you later, everyone.